Okay, here are the ingredients for this first meal that I'm going to cook. Ground beef, an onion, frozen chopped spinach with kale, a sweet potato, a can of cream of celery soup, savory, black pepper, and a pinch of salt. Alright, let's begin. Alright, first thing I'm going to do with this easy meal, and by the way, this is my first video of cooking with Steve. I'm going to get some wax paper, because wax paper is pretty good. Lay it down. Okay, I don't really have a name for this, but with the ground beef, it's just over a pound. I'm going to make little tiny hamburgers out of it. Just small ones. And put it on the wax paper. So I'm going to try to go through this as fast as I can. Rather, it'll be an illusion because by the time I finish the okay. So little tiny hamburgers with this pound and a half of meat. And while I'm doing this, I'm going to actually boil some water for the sweet potato. I'm going to peel and chop up the sweet potato. Okay, I made the little hamburgers, very little. They're not EMS hamburgers, but they're like hamburgers. So they're on the stove, cooking. And now, you preferably want to use a non-stick pan. I just don't happen to have one in this kitchen. But I put a little bit of oil, very little oil, just enough to coat the bottom, and I put the little burgers in. I also started I cut and peeled and cut the sweet potato, and that is also cooking. The chopped spinach will go in last because that'll cook pretty fast. Now this can of cream of celery soup will go into the little hamburgers later when it's like 99% ready. I'll add the soup, and then you'll add the seasoning, the savory, the black pepper, and a pinch of salt. Also, before I even add the soup, I'm going to add this onion. I chopped the onion up. Only half onion will be fine. And so right now I'm just waiting for the meat to cook. That should take a few more moments, and then we'll be right back. Okay, the color is starting to come through, so I'm about to turn these over. Okay, I have turned the meat over. You can see it's nice and brown on top. I have started cooking the spinach, and I've also drained the sweet potatoes. Okay, I'm going to add the butter to the sweet potatoes. I have the stove under the sweet potatoes pretty low, so this butter should melt pretty fast. Okay, and when the butter melts, I'll add. Now that everything is cooking up, as you can see, the butter has melted in the sweet potatoes. All right, we'll stir that up a little bit. I'm going to add a little bit of milk. Just a little. Your preference of how much, and I added 1%. I don't really want whole milk. I'm going to smash them up. I'm going to turn down the frozen spinach. So there we go. All smashed up. Now we can just mix this up a little bit. I'm going to add the cream of celery soup. I have a wooden spoon. I'm also going to add a little bit of water with this. You want to always have water. And as you can hear, and since I'm going to eat everything together, I'm going to use the same spoon to stir my mashed sweet potatoes. There you go. Now I'm going to let this simmer for a little bit, And I'm going to make sure to stir it really good. Everything's mixed together. You may have to fold it, flop it, move it around a little bit. Yeah, see, there's a little bit of grease in there, a little bit of color to get it in the soup. I'm going to make sure everything is covered completely with this soup. Okay, so there's the pepper. There's a little bit of salt in there, you probably can't see it, and the ground savory. Put that right in there. Okay, so let's just mix that up. Yeah, like I said, I don't really have a name for this. And some of these recipes are not mine that you're going to see on this channel. Some will be. I believe this is out there somewhere. I copied this years ago. I've been probably cooking this particular recipe for at least 30 years. So I don't claim rights to anything. Not that I know of. So I'm going to let that simmer. You can tell it's completely covered. I'm going to drain, turn it up just a tiny bit. I'm going to drain the spinach, and we should be ready to eat soon. A complete meal. Mashed sweet potatoes, kale and spinach, and ground beef with onions, savory, pepper, pinch of salt, ground beef, and a can of cream of celery soup. Well, take a little bit of this. It's very good. Very good. Oh. Enjoy.